Welcome, citizen, to another StarCraft Nation broadcast. I am your host, Venerati, and during today's cast, I will be going over the Platinum and Gold Series Championship for the North American Weekly Championship. Finals. I don't know if you want to call it championship, but either way, this is these are the two guys who made it through the brackets all the way to the top. So we have Jecht spawning as the purple Zerg, Jecht. We're going to go with Jecht. And we have Dragon, the mythical beast, spawning as the blue Protoss. And of course, we are on Metalopolis, and we have them spawning in the farthest position. So we could be seeing quite the epic micro game here if indeed the rule of thumb does go for the spawning positions, at least. As spawning positions can make a huge difference on these 4-player maps in the 1v1s. Just for the simple fact that if you're really close to your enemy, like with this spawning positioning here or this positioning here, you feel kind of pressure to kind of make a presence, and you want to feel comfortable in your positioning. Versus this, I mean, you guys all the way over here, and you're like, yeah, he's over there. He's going to come over there sometime, but I can't really worry about that right now. So I'm just going to kind of macro it up right now and do my which was great for Zerg players, as you'll see a lot of Zerg players throwing a 14 hatch right here and just kind of lean on back on that economy wheel and run away with it. And of course, if Dragon, let's say, if he one bases it and is not able to apply enough pressure, we could see Jecht just absolutely walk away with it. But it does not look like that is actually going to be the case, because we are seeing a spawning pool going down for Jecht. And of course, we do see a little bit of QQ about the random system. But I really feel that the random system, well, is random because, hell, there's only 3 races you can pick. It can't be that hard to make a random system. And sometimes the odds do come up because, hell, at NLG, I think I spawned as Terran, I think, every time except for 1. I'm not really sure. It doesn't, oh, no, except for 2. But I get Terran a lot. But either way, not really important. It's just kind of the luck of the draw. And we do have a drone coming in here into Dragon's base, and it's going to do all this damage. Not really, no. This drone is just really going to give Jecht, damn that name. It's going to be really hard to pronounce, but Jecht is going to be able to get a really good idea, and it looks like he's actually going to go to steal the, yes, he is going to be stealing the Vespene right there, so not allowing Dragon to get any sort of really early tech, like a early Void Ray or anything of that nature. Of course, we do see Dragon with his probe kind of loitering out here and chit-chatting it up with the Overlord, kind of just watching the hatchery grow, as that's probably about as enthusiastic. Well, you know what? I was going to say it's probably about as enthusiastic as watching paint dry, but thinking about that, that's actually got to be pretty cool to see this massive biological balloon expand and that little critter doing a little tail flailing dance in there. I know I'd videotape that. Either way, getting back to the game, we do actually see a Cybernetics core coming down after the second gateway finish for Dragon. So Dragon almost looking like he might be thinking about doing some early pressure with a proxy pylon, as there is a very common 4-gating, as you see a lot of Koreans do with the Protoss. Well, at least used to see them do. I'm not so sure if it's popular as popular as it used to be, seeing as the Zealots have been kind of not necessarily nerfed, but it takes longer to actually build the Zealots as it did before the couple patches ago. So that's old news, but we've all these different patches kind of you see the wax and wane of these major tactics. But I've actually used it myself, and it works quite well, especially against Zerg, because right now, if you do see them get these expansions right here, they're looking to lean back on that macro and might not have the static defenses necessary to actually defend against a lot of constant Zealot harassment. But we do actually see Warp Gate technology being chrono boosted right now, so we could indeed see some sort of early pressure from Dragon here, as we do have a scouting Zergling over here, and it looks like the Stalker is not going to be having any of that, and yes, it does kill it right there. It does not like that, definitely pulling the pest control, and we have, of course, another little Picket Overlord out there. It's really nice to have those Overlords out there to do that, but there's a downside to it, is, of course, these Stalkers, if they do run across them, can just totally shoot them down with no hesitation. But really kind of curious, is we have a lot of larvae and a lot of money in the bank for Jecht. And, oh, yes, we actually do see him queue up some roaches here. But will it be in time, as we do have a lot of zealots right here. We have 2 queens at the front door, 3 queens, in fact, trying to do something, trying to make something happen, but none of them have enough energy to transfuse here. We do actually see Dragon doing a good job of focusing down these spine crawlers, as these are really the ones that are going to be doing the DPS here. And, yes, we do see 2 spine crawlers going down. We see the third one being focused by these zealots, but these zealots, meanwhile, have had these queens just chewing away at them. I do not believe, as we do actually see a transfusion going down on that spine crawler, just barely saving it right there. So good job by Jecht doing a little bit of micro there, doing what you can with those queens. Those queens, of course, being so pivotal early on in the game. Of course, we do have a little skirmish going on in between the stalkers and these roaches. Of course, the roaches will not be able to catch those stalkers at any rate. And we do actually have a proxy pylon coming here for Dragon. Of course, we do have 2 stalkers sitting here, chatting it up, thinking about going in there, but probably not, as it's kind of dangerous. And we do see a robotics facility as well as a Twilight Council, so we're going to see some sort of teching from Dragon. But of course, Dragon has, oh, I was going to say he had not expanded yet, but of course, hearing me in the past, he does choose to actually get a Nexus right there in his natural. And the Circling still doing a good job of occupying that Zelnaga Tower, because it's obviously a very taxing and difficult job. And, well, actually, it's pretty high risk, because, of course, the Stalker could easily come over there and just shoot his face off. Either way, not really much going on right now. We actually kind of have a quiet spell, as we do see Jecht taking both of these extractors. As, you know, if you have played Zerg, which I'm pretty sure you have played Zerg at some point in your StarCraft 2 lifetime, you do know that they are so Vespene intensive, especially if you get any sort of layer tech. And of course, we do see the layer just now bursting from its nice little sack. And it does, we do actually see a Hydralisk Den coming down for Jecht. This is really a good call in my book, because Hydralisks do so well against gateway units. They will pretty much just handle anything the gateway can throw out there. Of course, now, with that said, a ball of Hydralisk does not like to have a High Templar visit them, as the High Templars' Psionic Storms will definitely ruin their day in a hurry. Meanwhile, we do have Dragon moving up with a large, well, it's not particularly that massive, but a larger Stalker force, and he do have reinforcements warping in here with this proxy pylon. This proxy pylon is so great for the Protoss in conjunction with the warp technology, because it allows them to reinforce just about anywhere. It's 100 minerals, and you can just drop those guys anywhere, as the probe will just be able to walk away and let it build. Now, we do have Dragon actually moving up here. Will it be enough? It does look like there's not enough roaches to actually defend against this. We do need to see Jets push something else out of these hatcheries, as we actually see Dragon moving back towards his own proxy pylon. Of course, these queens moving back, and yes, we do actually see the Hydras coming in here, so now we're really going to see the pain dropping down on Dragon Stalkers right here. We do see one Stalker go down. Of course, they are going to be able to focus fire down on that one queen, as it was not able to heal itself. And this other queen, yes, it will be going down. Nice use of the blink ability here. Nothing as epic as we saw in the Liquid Nazgul doing to Idra, but hey, man, you know what? Every little bit counts, as we do see a lot of these Stalkers were actually quite damaged. And right now we do see more Hydras entering the battlefield for Jecht. And Jecht, it looks like he's going to be okay in this next engagement, as there are a lot of Hydras here. And yes, we do actually see the Stalkers starting to fall to this. And we do see them, look at this, they are just melting before the withering fire of all of these Hydralisks. And we are down to 2 Stalkers right there, as these Hydras are just mopping up that. Look at all these kills right there. 3, 4, 1, 2, yeah, 4. There we go. He is primo right there. And it does look like he's going to be pushing out there. And what is this? Oh my, I do believe that is a little QQ. Somebody wound up the ambulance. And apparently the mythical beast does not like Zerg. And trust him, if Jets hadn't been Zerg, he might have won. So I hope you go home tonight and you think about that, Jecht, because there's obviously a hidden meaning in that. I'm not really sure, but hey, you know, whatever. Either way, guys, that's what we have for the Gold and Platinum series. There's a lot, obviously, we have core concepts here, which are very powerful, and I believe with practice from both players, we're going to see them honed and refined, and will be quite the challenging Diamond players in their own respects. But either way, thank you so much for joining me, guys. I have the Bronze Silver game to go ahead and cast. I was going to say play, but I'm not playing. Casting, and as for that, I guess that's going to wrap up this one. So as always, citizens, stay safe.